Ever notice all the little mount points scattered around some fishing boats and wonder what they're used for? On my boat, every one of these mounts has a job. Some hold cameras, some hold fishing gear, and a few of them solve problems you didn't even know you had. Hey, this is Captain Kevin, and you might just learn something new here today. I'm going to walk you around my boat and show you exactly what each mount point is used for, and give you a few ideas you might want to add to your own boat. I'll also put links to all the mounts I use down in the video description. All right, let's climb aboard and take a look. All right, we're going to start by going through just what the mounts are on my boat. So here I've got two Minn Kota trolling motor mounts at the very front. Here I've got a D-size ram mount at the very front. Here I've got a GoPro camera mount at the front. About a third of the way back on my boat, I have another ram D-size ball mount. This is a ram C-size mount. I normally don't use this anymore. I had this when I did my first LiveScope pole that I built with PVC pipe, but it was flexing too much, so I did away with that. So I really don't use this mount too much anymore. Up here I've got another trolling motor mount. This is on a temporary mount. You can see I zip tie this mount here to the aluminum bars here around my windshield. Here I've got two EchoMap mounts for my depth finders. On the back of the boat I've got another trolling motor mount, and along the side I have some of these mounts here, and I'll show you what those are used for. So the first thing I mount up front here is a running light that I use running early in the mornings to get from the launch point out to my fishing spot before the sun comes up. So if I'm going to have a need for a trolling motor during the day after I run early in the morning, I'll mount the trolling motor here on that second block. And then when I get to the spot where I want to switch it out, let's say I'm wade fishing early in the morning, and then I want to go offshore fishing, or I want to fish the jetties and use the trolling motor, I'll get out and I will take this off first, then I'll take the light off, and then I'll move this up to the front. So normally if I'm bass fishing during the day, or if I'm going to go offshore during the daylight and I don't need my light, I'll just mount the trolling motor up front. I've been asked why I have so many mounts on my boat. Well, I do all types of fishing. I wade fish, I offshore fish.
Oh yeah, baby!
I fish for bass, white bass, stripers, and I want that flexibility of stripping everything off the boat. Say I'm going to go wade fishing, and then if I'm going to go fishing for specific other types of fish, then I got that flexibility of configuring the boat the way I need it. So we'll talk about the first ram D-mount. This is where I put my LiveScope pole mount on the very front when I'm fishing my LiveScope from up front. So if I have individuals that are very good on their balance and we can fish up front, this is where I'll put that mount. And then the LiveScope pole will fit in like that. Now you get the LiveScope pole mounted up in the front on the boat where you need it to be. One of the other devices I have on my boat is this Minn Kota compass. This Bluetooth pairs with the trolling motor that allows you to use the jog function. And if you've never used this, this is awesome for pinpointing. Say you're fishing a brush pile and you want to move 5 foot to the left or to the right. With the trolling motor control, you can push the button to the left or right, or go forward or backwards 5-foot increments. It gives you that precision to get right on an object while you're fishing with the iPilot functionality of the Minn Kota trolling motor. So while I'm doing my mount video, I decided I'm going to also show you my LiveScope setup, because it's a portable piece that comes on and off the boat when I need to use it. When I put it up front here, I've got these wire straps, and I put them around the arm of the Yeti to keep this thing from falling backwards if I'm running from spot to spot. So now when I'm standing up in front of the boat, I can see my screen. I can use the handle on the LiveScope pole to move it around. So center of the pole straight down is at 0. Everything out in front of that handle is 2, 4 through 20, 24 foot that I've got it configured here right now. So I showed you earlier this second D ball that's about a third of the way back on my boat. So if I have individuals that don't have real good balance, that I'm trusting standing up in front here, I want them standing down inside the boat here. I'll move my LiveScope box and unit to the top of this box here, so that if you're standing down here, then you can look straight on it. And then I've got the LiveScope pole over here, and then I can control it and look at different directions looking around here. This works great for white bass fishing, hybrid striper fishing. It's not the best setup for crappie fishing because you really want to be closer to that trolling motor and be able to get to your brush pile right out in front. Another reason for having the portable LiveScope box and mount is so that I can take it on other people's boats, or I can fish it off of a dock. Last week I fished my buddy's boat who has the exact same Desperado. We took this D-size double clamp mount and we clamped it onto this cleat here and then ran the LiveScope pole off of this mount. Okay, so there I've got my portable clamp on the side of the boat. You could put it on different other places on the boat, but that's where we found it best to work. So this camera mount here is so that I can mount GoPro cameras. If I'm recording content up front, I can mount the camera there and have it pointing up to me while I'm fishing. I also have this camera mount on the windshield, and I have two different camera mounts on the back seat back here. So if I want to shoot some video from the back of the boat, if people are fishing in the back, or if I want to get some shots of us running off the back of the boat, those are there. So the next is these pole holder mounts. So I'll use these if I'm striper fishing, primarily if I'm using live bait and I just want to put the poles in rod holders and have people pick them up once they're hit. And there's your 3 pole holders on the side of the boat. All right, so for my EchoMap Garmin mounts, I've got 2 of them up here, and I primarily run this head for day-to-day fishing. I usually don't have this one here. The reason for the second one is I will take this one offshore fishing, or if I want to run, say, down scan on this one and I want to run side scan on this one, then I could have 2 screens. But the ability to remove them off your boat, that's a key thing for me, because it sits outside all the time and I don't want to get them stolen and exposed to the weather. You just want to make sure that you always put these caps back on so the rain doesn't get in them. The other reason I like the sleds is that I have one that I can take into the house and I can work on my waypoints while I'm off the boat. So this sled here, I can pop in the EchoMap into it. I've got it plugged into here's just a 7-amp battery, and then I can power it up. I can work on my waypoints. I can download them off, do some work within Google Maps. If you want to see that video on how to manage waypoints, watch that one here. This is a great way to manage your device off the boat. So for this mount up here on the windshield, I put my light up here. Right now I've got it configured so that the light is shining off the side of the boat so that I can catch shad with it in the dark in the early mornings. If I want to run it straight, I could move it around and have it pointing off the front of the boat. But I normally put this light up at the front. I have found that I get too much reflection off the front of the boat when I'm running the light up here, and I get a lot better image when I'm running at night with that light up front. So the first use for my trolling motor block back here, of course, is to have a trolling motor mounted to it. So if I were running my auto deploy trolling motor up there and I wanted to have my backup trolling motor that I'd take out to the lake, I could mount it down here and then maybe stick it in the truck just as a backup in case I need it if I have any problems with the auto deploy trolling motor. So the next item I'm going to talk about is this custom board I built for going on the back of the boat, and it serves multiple purposes. So I've got a trolling motor base mount on the bottom here so that it connects into this mount, Then I've got this top mount so I can put different devices, slide into this and hold them up here. And then this one I use for mounting and working on, if I've got trolling motor issues, I can hang the trolling motor off the back of the boat and use this one. So I'll show you that here in a sec. So that goes in that mount like that. Put the support bar in, and quite often this bar needs a little encouragement. So I've got this little rubber mallet that I use to tap it in so that it goes all the way in. And then put your little safety clip in there to keep it from backing out. And there the board is mounted. So I've got some more issues with my auto deploy trolling motor here, so I'm working on it on the back. And so it goes in this mount on the back here. So now it's secured here, and now I can lower it down without hitting the boat. I've tried to do it on the front of the boat, but it runs into my stairs and the front of the trailer. So I had to rig up a solution to do it off the back here so that the motor doesn't hit anything. So when I take the trolling motor off there, I mount this other board on the back of this. This is removable. I'm just going to bolt this back on so I can mount my splasher device onto here. The next item here is my splasher device, which mounts onto the back of this. And make sure that if you do a splasher device, make sure you do a safety harness for it. I have forgotten to take this up out of the water when I've taken off, and it's ripped this off the mount. And fortunately, I had this little safety clip on here, and it saved it from going in the water. So if you want to see how to make the splasher device, you can watch that video up here. I've got it linked above. Now I've got the box for the batteries. So the trolling motor is connected into here with the batteries and the control boards to run the splasher. So the last item I'm going to talk about here is my downrigger. To use the downrigger, I take this plate off and mount it to the bottom of this board. You can see the 4 screw holes in here. So this mounts to this board, and then I take this whole plate off, and then it will sit down in that board that's on the boat. And that's how I can run my downrigger off the boat back here if I want to do some trolling, either offshore, or I've used it for striper fishing, trolling up on Lake Buchanan. So there's my mount points on my boat. Hopefully you found one of them helpful, and you may add that to your boat to make your fishing adventures more productive. If you want to see that video on how I did the splasher, you can watch that one here. And if you want to see how I solved the problem with my Minn Kota Ulterra, you can see that video here.